Alrighty, folks, what's going on? This is Matt here for Darkling Linux Tech and Gamer. Is the fusion of Linux technology and gaming, and we are looking at another unboxing. So this is the Summit 5G. This is a $35 Android smartphone. So if you want the system specs, there you go. One thing I want to make perfectly clear: this is tied. This is tied specifically to Boost Mobile. So if you are not a Boost Mobile person or not looking at Boost Mobile, probably not for you. Because Boost, I believe the way their stuff works is you have to be subscribed to them in some way, shape, or form for 12 months in order to actually unlock something like this. What intrigued me about this was kind of the price, because the price was all of $35. So I'm not seeing a whole lot for the unboxing per se. So there's that. I am not having high expectations on this, to be brutally honest. Props to Boost for sending this in. That's cool. All right. Yeah, I give you two suggestions. All right, let's see what we got here. So it's a rarity. It actually comes with the charger. USB-C. No less. Cool. Good to see that. And then you got your USB-C cable, which is this going to be good or bad quality? It's kind of the question. It's not braided, but it doesn't feel cheap. I'll give them that. And then we got the actual phone, which is right here. So yeah, it's got some heft to it. I will give it that. Those that want the, there you go. At $35, this is just like a throwaway phone to me. This is one of those, hey, if I desperately need a phone kind of stuff. So let's get into what this is supposed to have according to the box. So I question how accurate some of these phones are, because, you know, I have bought them the Chinese stuff, and they don't always say what they advertise. And at $35, I wouldn't have much high hope more than that. All right, so triple cameras, even though it looks like four, there's nothing here on this one. So lens. Construction wise, actually, it doesn't feel terrible. So people want like kind of the size comparison. Let's get the case off the CMF phone. So for size comparison, you know, most of these phones are at this point just pretty much black slabs, except for, you know, this one. This one's a enough the CMF phone's a little different, but there's your size comparison. I would say construction wise, it actually doesn't feel that bad. Teardrop display, pretty bright. Teardrop display up where the camera is. I have no idea what version of Android this is actually running. So 64 gigs of storage, 6.6-inch screen, and supposed to have a 13 megapixel camera. So let's pause this and get this set up as we're there currently. Not a lot on the battery. Alrighty, now that we're all set up here and got into the dark theme instead of the overly bright light theme, this is actually a fairly interesting device. So this is running on Android 14. Has a 90 hertz screen, actually, which was not something I was actually figuring it would have. So that's cool. From what I can tell, it looks like it's 4 gigs, but you know, that's relative. But doesn't honestly have a lot of bloat kind of pre-installed either. There's a lot of Google stuff, but that's about it. There's a nice little app that instead of the typical bloat that you would normally get, you can, you know, like Cash App and all the other crap that most OEMs end up adding. They actually don't actually have most of that crap. You can select it and it's able to go away, which is actually quite nice to see. So honestly, like if you're in the pinch of needing a phone at $35, so this is on, again, this is on Boost, specifically locked to it. It does take micro SD card, where are you? Over here. Has a fingerprint sensor. So, and it's got one of those rarities. Courage jack to those that don't know what that is. Headphone jack. So, I don't know, guys. At $35, like, if you need something, I would say you can't go wrong. Fingerprint sensor pretty quick, too. So, I don't know. That's intriguing. Double tap opens the camera. Looks like it's a telephoto camera. I mean, like video. Let's see what video it can take. Video quality. Full HD, 2K. That's not bad for what it is. I believe the SD card can take up to 128 gigs. So I don't know, guys. Like, if I know it's locked to a network that most people might not want, but at $35, can't really say you're gonna go wrong for what it is. It's fairly fast, no bloat. Like, it checks a lot of the marks that a lot of OEMs tend not to get. So, props to Boost Mobile on that one. I don't know. What do you guys think? But like, is this something you guys would try at that price? You know what to do. Comment, rate, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And you got all the Patreon, all that crap is in the description. Let me know what you guys would do with a $35 phone on any network, even if it's Telos or any of those networks up in Canada. Or what. So yeah, do you guys know? Catch you on the flip. Peace.